Well, guys, we've seen it all. We've seen him become a god, a grandma, a mass stage insulter.
40 double D. Alright, where did this come from? You? Yeah, right, you homo.
And now we have Dave ending Megadeth's career with an album. I'll say that. Hey, Noah's Niche is here, reviews for niche and not so niche music, coming at you today with an album that I'm divided on. On one hand, I'm happy to get another Megadeth release in 2026, showcasing the band's prowess. On the other hand, this album does have things I enjoy quite a bit, and things that I don't. So, is this album a good send-off for this 40-year-old metal act? Sure, it can be, but overall, it's a safe and inoffensive album for the most part. So, without further ado, let's learn how to write everything ever written known to man, forget how to turn off the camera in an insulting video.
Now I will never see his stupid fucking ass again.
And let's do him a favor right into this. To start, I do like Megadeth quite a bit, but I don't love them. I do like Metallica significantly more, for those of you wondering. I think Megadeth did pretty interesting things for the thrash metal scene in the 80s and into the 90s. They made things more technical with the insane lineup of guitarists, the consistency, and the apparent presence of Dave Mustaine in literally everything. Jokes aside, Dave is a great guitarist and can write pretty good riffs and hooks, but on this record, he kinda dials it back a bit. I'd honestly say their lead guitarist, Timu Mantisari, I don't know, look it up, is the highlight member of this album. His solos are the best part of every song on here, and they shine through the most. Dirk is going at it with his drumming and is able to make this album more thrashy. That being said though, this is a slower Megadeth record. Songs have slower tempos and do take longer to explain things. That isn't inherently bad per se, but it does make the songs sound quite a little bit samey. But I'm going to be honest, I'm still not that into this album. I'm going to make a disclaimer here and say that all the singles on this album are the best songs, aside from one of them at least. So if you want the most bang for your buck, go listen to the singles. This album has gotten very mixed reviews, some saying it's absolutely terrible, some saying it's alright, and some saying that it's great and you can't criticize Dave for this album because he's older, and yet Metallica gets flack for this same issue. I digress. Personally, I'm in the middle. I think this album is okay, but it's time for Dave to hang up the guitar. Dave's guitar playing is decent on this album, but his vocals are really not that good. I can tell he's trying, which I really respect, considering his health issues, but they still aren't great. Lane Staley impersonating Dave in that interview clip from the 90s sounded better than anything from this album. This album has great highlights I enjoy a lot, like Tipping Point, Puppet Parade, Let There Be Shred, and The Last Note. These songs make me really like this album when they come on due to the great guitar writing and the band shining on these tracks. These songs have classic Megadeth-isms that I dig and raise this album's score for me. Some tracks I do dislike are I Don't Care, Another Bad Day, and I Am War, because they don't stand up to the better songs on this record. Whether that be relating to songwriting, guitar work, vocals, and lyrics, especially lyrics. Hey God, Obey the Call, and Made to Kill, I'm kind of mixed on. I like Hey God the most out of these songs, but they don't scratch that itch for me that I needed scratched. At least compared to some of the other songs on this record. So, now that I've covered most of the tracks, we can move on to... Wait, what? You're kidding. No, they didn't. Wait, there's a bonus track, and it's a cover of a Metallica song? Wait, no, they didn't! Yeah guys, they did. So when I heard the news that Megadeth, the same band headed by Dave Must Complain, sorry, Dave Mustaine, were putting a Metallica cover on this album, I was very interested. I was thinking, oh yes, I don't love Megadeth, but this is gonna be such a rad cover. Well, my interests were really piqued when I heard that they were covering the legendary Ride the Lightning title track from Metallica's 1984 sophomore album, Ride the Lightning. So, how do I think the cover turned out? Kinda disappointing. Yeah. I will joke about this cover all day long because I'm not that big a fan of it. What do I not like about it? Kind of everything. So first of all, they did a note-for-note cover. Everything is the exact same, down to the literal drum fills. They speed up the middle section after the solo a little bit, I believe, but that's it. I was hoping maybe they do the song a little differently, considering, you know, it's freaking Megadeth we're talking about here. But no, they didn't. The production, which I will get into more later, does not do this song any favors. It makes the sound feel very restrictive compared to the original, making you feel like you were in an arena. Say what you will about Ride the Lightning's production, but it had atmosphere. This doesn't. Dave doesn't sound that great either on here, but it is what it is. My main problem with this is I've seen some people online, even some of my friends, say that, oh, the instrumental is better. And I'm left confused and astray because I'm over here thinking the song is the exact same. They just play the song in a lower tuning to spare Dave's vocals. I honestly went back and listened to the original version, and the first 2 seconds of the song were better than this entire cover for me. I'm not joking. If Metallica re-recorded this in the modern era, I guarantee you I would still like it better than this Megadeth cover of it. I do, however, think that this is a full circle moment and that they chose the right song, but made the wrong choices with it. Moving on to the production on this record, I think it's alright. Sometimes I really like it on songs like Tipping Point and Puppet Parade. Other times, it's not that great for me on songs like the Ride the Lightning cover, Another Bad Day, and I Am War. It is mainly the drum sound that messes with the mix and determines if I enjoy a specific song, so it's a mixed bag for me. The guitar tones are actually pretty good and the best part of the production, but unfortunately I do lose a bit of the bass because everything else in the mix is too loud to make it out. Lyrically, Dave still does have some cringe and weak moments like on I Don't Care and I Am War. I don't care if you're getting high, I don't care when the truth is a lie, I don't care if I'm not your class, I don't care, you can kiss my ass. I am war, I am hurt and pain, I am misery, I am loss and sorrow, I am war. But he still does have memorable lines on Tipping Point and Puppet Parade. Today I may bleed, but tonight you will die. Snatched in your sleep in the blackest night. You bury the truth under layers of lies. There's no return. Now you've crossed the line. I punch your clock, I play a role, but every day it's the same. The party's loud and the drinks are cold, but nothing dulls the pain. I bite my tongue and sell the lie, pretending that I belong. Another shot, another high, make it a double, and make it strong. Again, the lyrics are a mixed bag for me as well, and some moments are great and others lacking in some departments. Honestly, give it the day, I like 72 Seasons more, which is Metallica's recent 2023 release, more than this record because both are similar in that they don't do anything terribly great, but nothing that bad either. We all know Megadeth is an acquired taste, but this album isn't that offensive for Megadeth's standards. I'm not over here rushing saying that you need to listen to it. The band has released better albums than this one in their discography. It is not like that at all. If you decide to listen to this record, cool. If you decide not to, still cool, you're not really missing out. This album doesn't break new ground, but at the same time, I don't think the band was looking to do that. I think that they are trying to release a record with things that people like about the band. Even if you don't like this at first, it will grow on you, to a degree. Whether it's quite a lot, or just barely little. As for me, I'm in the latter ballpark. So overall, this album is just your average Megadeth album with things that Megadeth is known for, great guitar work for the most part, thrashier songs, and the band trying their best. I think depending on the way you look at this album, it's a good and bad farewell record. I look at it as a decent record, does things great, meh, and pretty bad. So, with all that in mind, I'm giving this album a 6.5 out of 10. A mediocre album. I'm giving this a Golden Corral breakfast buffet rating. But let me know how you guys feel about this record down below. Noah's Niche is hitting you with those great albums, good albums, bad albums, really bad albums. And I'll see you guys in the next one. So for now, I need to learn from Papa Dave how to watch someone become a god.
Watch him become a god.